to expand. Like there's these moments that annoy me but make me so happy when I get, especially the rappers I represent, and I get them talking to someone else, you know. And then they have this moment of like, oh, homie's actually cool. I'm like, yeah. You're like, in a way, you only hang out with each other. How the fuck are we ever gonna know that? It's just that it's a big city, but it has a small town feel to it.
Mhm.
So I don't know. You tend to have this situation with people where you try and like, I don't know. People here are one extremely cliquey. You know, they're gonna vibe for their crowd and only their crowd. Someone outside of their crowd,
right?
not interested in. Yeah, and that adds to it, and it also dampens people who are new to the cities. You know, like wanting to go out there and put themselves out there. Like I said, I come from Toronto. I have a big personality because of that. I go to Toronto. A lot of my friends are surprised at who I am now. They're like, "Oh, you were Meek when you left." And I'm like, "Meek, I came here," and everyone's like, "Dude, this guy doesn't stop." You know what I mean? So it's like, I think, you know, like that's one thing where me and Tom gelled well with that, because especially with acting as well, like like it's the same in the acting world. Like there's just this clickiness to it, and people as well. Like it's not that I don't want to like completely shoot down Edmonton and say that no one here believes in themselves. No, but it's almost just like, well, it's just Edmonton. Well, I'm just this rapper and I live in Terwilliger. Like it's not a big deal. It's just like, again, where I transferred to Toronto, there's guys out there like, I'm from Saga, bro. This is my hood. This is the best hood in the world. You know what I mean? Like I don't care what you think about it. This is my hood, and there's not that pride here in the city. You know what I mean? People don't really do. Yeah, like,
I think there is. I think
it's here now. But I'll be very honest. It's taken time.
and like I guess like on that clickiness thing is like that's kind of what Ego was trying to do, is like connect all these different communities. Like first time we did it, it was mostly hip hop, but this time we've really tried to expand to other types of art, and kind of like how like the engine of the whole project works is like when we release a new artist on a Friday, we're able to like tap into their fan base. They're able to see what Ego is. They can be like, yo, Ego's fucking really cool. They follow us, and then now they're seeing every other artist we release after them. And it's like now they're able to see like, yo, there's like this 10-piece brass band in my city. There's these two guys named Victor that are like ripping guitar and drums.
Shout out Victor.
Yeah, shout out to the boys.
For real. There's these like
a country singer that is actually has heavy accolades, but you wouldn't know that. You know, like
so it's just like it was like about like we call it like the collective association of the page. Is like every week we're able to grow because we're tapping into new artist audiences.
Yeah,
and that's kind of like the whole thing is like if we can bring everybody like to rally behind something. Like we're like a sports team. Like if you can rally behind Ego, then you're putting your whole city on.
Yeah,
kind of deal.
100%.
Do you think that like the clickiness will ever go away, or do you think there's always going to be?
No, I think that's human nature, bro.
It's
I don't think that's
nature.
ever going to go away.
And that's the thing is like, you know, there's clickiness in every like massive city too. There's definitely some in Vancouver in its own way. Toronto as well. There is certain clickinesses, but like what I want Edmonton to expand to is that these cliques get bigger. You know what I mean? Instead of just like, oh, that rap group only hangs out with that rap group's people, or like there's the rap scene, you know, or like say with the rock scene, like, oh, we only go to these certain rock bands or that certain, like there's the rock scene, you know, like I think, yeah, it will never change. It can't change, right? But it needs to expand. Like there's these moments that annoy me but make me so happy when I get, especially the rappers I represent, and I get them talking to someone else, you know. And then they have this moment of like, oh, homie's actually cool. I'm like, yeah. You're like, in a way, you only hang out with each other. How the fuck are we ever gonna know that? You know, so it's like, so it's like they just need to expand like these cliques, and once they do, there's nothing wrong with clickiness. You know, like I think it's just here. It's on such a minute level that it's like there's only so many of us in this city, especially so many young people. So it's kind of, I don't want to say pathetic might be harsh, but a little dumb. It's just like, why aren't we all supporting each other? Why aren't we all at least trying to, you know, like attempt that? Like we're not as big a city as Toronto or something like that, where it's just like I said, the cliques are so big that it doesn't really matter that much. But like here, it's like, it's a small city in of itself, and half the 24-year-olds want to hang here, half the other half want to hang there. They don't vibe with each other. It's just like, why? There's not even like the hood beef or something like that where it's like, you know, like
that is
yes,
it, bro.
yes.
So it's like, when you're like in kindergarten, elementary, and you're trying to, I guess it's like trying to get these two kids to play with each other.
Yeah,
Come on,
so they're just being shy.
Yeah.
It's just like, why? Because again, like I said, when my rappers start talking to each other, it's just like, oh, homie's actually chill. You should come to the studio. And I'm like, I told you a million times. I'm glad that's how you found out. Good for you. But like, yeah, it's those fun moments. But I kind of like seeing where we are now, seeing things. I think COVID was extremely important for